Hi everyone, this is Grace. How are you? You know, we live up to age 100 and we would be working until age 80. So let's redesign our life. I always believe happiness is a good balance of love, health, and money. My definition of happiness is a good balance of love, including friendship. Hi, Jester. So the balance of love, good health, and money. And you know, I am Japanese. I'm 100% pure Japanese, born in Japan, grew up in Japan. And my husband, Daniel, is overseas Chinese. Yesterday, I explained to you there are two kinds of Chinese on earth, Chinese in mainland China and overseas Chinese who came out of China. And I really admire and I respect my Chinese father-in-law. I'd like to talk with you what I learned from this Chinese father-in-law, his life, his philosophy. So his father was, my father-in-law and my grandfather-in-law. So my father-in-law was a very poor Chinese boy in mainland China under the communism of Mao Zedong. Not only that, the British had an opium war. The British spread opium to weaken Chinese people. So the father's father, the grandfather, was opium addict. And he didn't work, he didn't do anything all day long, he's smoking opium. So obviously the family became very, very poor. So I don't know how old my Chinese father-in-law was. I think he was maybe early teens, maybe 15 years old or something. So he didn't like the poverty, he didn't have hope in his family life. So he hopped onto the boat. He doesn't know where the boat is going, but that's the only way he wanted to escape from the miserable life in mainland China back then. And then the boat landed in Indonesia. So he worked very hard and he got married. And this father-in-law is really a guy of integrity. He's honest, he's very kind. And his mother, unfortunately, the mother is also from very, very poor family. And I think my mother-in-law is like a first child of like 10 siblings. You know, poor people, many kids, right? And then the parents are also very poor. So my father-in-law was so kind. He not only feed the parents-in-law because they were so poor, no job. So he fed parents-in-law, the wife's parents, and he fed the wife's siblings, like, 9 brothers and sisters. And then he himself, because back then they don't have education, no schooling, no sex education. So poor people with many kids. I think my husband is a baby of 7. So can you believe my father-in-law, good-hearted, hard worker, he have to feed wife's parents, wife's sibling, maybe 9, so that's 11. And he has 7 children over him, 18. Can you believe one man can feed 18 people plus himself, right? Wow. But he's such a kind guy. He is really the man of a big heart. He is the man with a golden heart. He fed 19 people. Wow, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't. And now, after the time change, everybody start having good life. The parents, the in-law, the wife's parents, so poor, he fed, he buy them the house. They never say thank you. Can you believe? And then the wife's siblings got married and they start having baby. And then they never teach their children, you know, we are what we are because the Uncle Ho took care of it. Nobody. I couldn't believe it. I think maybe that's a Chinese culture. They take it for granted. They don't really appreciate. I don't know, because Japanese, they would really keep how much favor you did to you. Then we even tell the kids or grandkids, you know, we are what we are because Uncle Ho did it, you know. But anyhow, so nobody did it. Yeah, Chester, oh dear, you know. So I was really surprised. But that the wife's family is not that nice, you know. They take it for granted, that kind of people. But so I always wonder, how come this father-in-law was so nice? Then my husband told me, my father's life philosophy is, don't take advantage of other people, but make sure they owe you something. Wow, I think that's really amazing. He said, don't take advantage of other people, but make sure they owe you something. I think it's such a deep meaning, and I think it's a very good virtue. Unfortunately, not many people are like that. Rather, some ethnicity, they really like to take advantage, you know. Oh, it's free, oh, I like it. Oh, you pay me, oh, I like it, you know. But again, there's always exception, and there are very good people also, so you cannot generalize it. And this father-in-law is really amazing. So why I called myself Grace Ho? Because that's another thing. In this country, they happen to be landed. Back then, the government was really upside down because they had a coup d'etat and they had some political turmoil. So everything was upside down and they didn't have a good system. So all of the family had wife's name, Lim. Nobody had his family name, Ho. I go, oh my God, that's not fair. That's not fair. Why he fed, you know, Lim grandparents, he fed all the Lim, you know, siblings, and he fed his 7 children, but nobody carry Ho last name because the government messed up the paper. Everybody is Lin. Oh my God, you know, Lin is one of the most common Chinese name, right? Lin, and I don't know, what's Chan maybe. Oh, Chester, you are Lim too. So Lim is, I think, one. Oh, Lim and the Wang, maybe the king, right? Chinese character. Those are the most popular Chinese name. And then my husband's whole family should be Ho, H-O. But nobody have Ho last name because the government screwed up the paperwork. So they say, we are Lim family. Oh my God, every time I hear that, I get so upset. I feel so sorry for my father-in-law. That's why I talk to my husband. You know, I am publishing my paper. I'm going to have my pen name. I'm going to be Grace Ho. I am the only Japanese. I'm going to carry your father's honor. I want to honor your father. He's such a great guy. And nobody carry his family name. That's not fair. So let me take over his family name. So I am Grace Ho. That's why I am Ho. And I like to honor my father-in-law, and I like to carry over his name. Thank you, Chester. You know, otherwise I would have been Mrs. Lim, like you, because that's a mother-in-law's family, and they have Lim family WhatsApp group, you know. I don't care, because they were so poor. That's why the whole father has to feed all of them. But they totally forget. They say, oh, my grandparents used to be royal family. I don't think so. If they were royal family, why they have to come to this Southeast Asia as a poor people, you know? But anyhow, when we start talking about this whole family stuff, I get carried away because I feel so sorry for my father-in-law, because nobody appreciated him, but I know. So that's my point. You do the best you can and make sure they owe you something, but you never come back and say, hey, I help you out, so pay me back. No, you don't do that. And then, somebody like Big G or somebody like me will be watching you, will know what you did with a good heart. So don't worry, somebody like me will come back and not a revenge, but I really honor what you did to other people. Somebody will know what you did. Somebody will know you had a good heart. So I am broadcasting how good my Chinese father-in-law was. Today he's already gone. Actually, he passed away when 1 year after I got married. So I really didn't have a chance to talk to him. But my husband told me what kind of a father he was. He was a man of integrity, man of character. So I remember that. And I remember how unfair his life was. I'm sure he didn't, complain about it. But my personal feeling is, I think that's not fair. I believe my father-in-law, the father Ho, deserves more recognition, deserves more respect. That's why when my book was published, I used my name, Madame Ho, Grace Ho, because nobody else have his family name. Okay, that's it, folks, today. So do what you believe is good. Don't expect any return. Don't worry. Big G or somebody like me with a big mouth, I will recognize you. I will speak up to the world how good you are. Okay. But Chester, thank you so much for listening to my story. And really, officially, I would be Madame Lim. But I chose to have Madame Ho. Okay, I am the only Japanese, but I have his name, Ho. Okay, Chester, I really hope to see you one day, okay? I'll see you, bye. Say hi and love to your mom. Okay, bye-bye.